Yeah, I waited mad long for the lights like faded out, and I was like, hey, pedo scarce intro. Hey, so like, I just want to hop on here and just respond real quick because a lot of videos have been popping up my screen, appearing quite frequently about the swirling agenda, which is a term amongst black people when like which I've heard black men use. I've heard of it used both sides. Black men mainly, and then also black women that are attracted to black men and or married, mainly married to black men. They'll use the term too. But they use it to classify black women that always talk about, I need to get me a white man. 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 And they do everything. They go around disrespecting black people all the time. They talk about black people with money. They don't do this. They don't do that. They'll get the bootlicking and they'll bend head over heels um for white men, and those type of black women are called swirlers, and they tend to have a very gold diggy mentality, and they tend to be very materialistic, shallow, and that's just a couple things to describe most of them to you. But um but most of them are like, oh, the white man, and they think that doing all these things to attract them will end up getting them, and they end up essentially betraying the black men land in the process, and they end up not winning because the white man ends up not picking them in the slightest. They end up having sex a couple times. They end up thinking, yo, come on, come on, come on, because they're so paper focused. And then he's just like, bro, I'm just trying to hit. You feel me? Uh, which tends to be the case 9 times out of 10. And they'll be like, bro, that man's no good, blah, blah, blah. And then they'll go back to the black guy and then not treat him as good, argue with them all the time. And that's just a very quick summarization of what tends to happen with swirlers, and very quick summary of what it is. And it's happening quite frequently where you see in a lot of movies where there's just a main, the lead is just a black woman, and then with a white man, like that just tends to be the lead for a lot of the new TV shows and movies. Like the swirling gem is even popping on my TV, where it's like and the funny thing is, where I even saw a statistic where it makes up less than 1% of marriages are that. Where I was like, damn, that's crazy. Like, and they're essentially pushing this out that you could get this guy and he'll essentially financially elevate your lifestyle overnight, but that isn't the reality because they don't tend to pick you. They tend to pick their own women. And and for me, right, for my case, I'm what y'all call a bubba. It depends on who you look. If you're talking, if I'm around all people, man, you white. Depending on what race and how ignorant the group of people are. So if I'm around ignorant black people, they'll be like, "Man, you're white." For all white people, they're all white people. But now you black, bro. And then other people will be like, "Nah, you mixed, but like Hispanics, other mixed people, like, nah, you mixed, bro." Blah blah blah. So mixed, aka the old people terminology, mulatto. Gosta, what was that he said? Eu gosto de mulher, um, morena, branca, mulatto, mulatto. So, um, I've essentially lived the mulatto dream, bro. I feel bad. Like a lot of these chicks are buying into a fake like kind of thingy. But I just can't really. All I came on here really to say is, I'm clearly, I am mixed. I am mixed. My mom is the black woman, and my dad is the white man. And most of the people that I've run into, I am yet I am yet. I am yet. I am yet. I'm yet. I'm yet. I'm yet. I know everything happens for a reason. But what the I am yet to run into anybody in the same scenario. It's always a white mom with a black dad in 9 out of 10 scenarios, except for literally almost everybody that I run into. Like I can't just go to anybody and talk about like an emotional black mom and then like a conservative white dad. Like I can't. There's very few people I can go. I don't like. There's nobody. None of my friends or like acquaintances like have been there. Like it's always oh yeah, they'll talk about their black dad dropping game on them and then how their white mom acts. But it's like nigga, I don't got a white mom, so my mom don't act like that. And then like yeah, and then my dad ain't talking about game and shit. So um you feel me? I spent a lot of time on farms. Like I kind of grew up more like on the better side, but in the moment, like, it was poor, and then it was like more middle class, and I was able to go places and travel places. But I essentially lived the dream in the sense of like, all right, I got one, and then my kids turned out well. I got successful people in my family. I think I'm in line. I don't think I know I'm in line too. Like me and my siblings are I'm the youngest, so I'm not gonna say I'm successful yet because I'm only 'cause especially because I'm only 22. So I'm not gonna say I'm successful. My sisters are fairly successful for their ages. Fairly successful for their ages. Which doesn't mean like we're not gonna say the career is everything. But their careers fantastic. They've done phenomenal. They put the work in. But what was I gonna say? Like I lost my train of thought. Oh, so hard work, and so they like look. We've reaped the benefits, for the most part. The only thing I'm worried about is just marriage, because living single is just not for nobody, bro. Being alone is just ass, nigga. Mm-mm. I don't need no man. Fuck that, bro. Like even a nigga walk, I don't need no chick. I don't need no woman. It's like that's just sounds bitter. Sounds like everybody needs help. Family's the best one. Like, come on, man. But we got shit's just hitting the fan now. Where like families falling apart everywhere. Everybody's like, yeah, I'm falling. Everybody's falling out with their family over trivial things. And I've even been there where I've tried. I just, sorry, but on even there's a song by Mac Miller where he's like, on the road to be a man, you start to realize you need your family. And I'm just facts, facts. Because you think like, man, I got this, bro. You go do 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 do. Eyes 100% optimistic, bro. 100% optimistic. So yeah, ready. But then it's you get out there, you're like, wow, this shit is exactly as my parents described it. They was not capping in the slightest. They were telling the truth much more than the movies were. Where's hi hi. Where the schools? And there's always like the one or two teachers that's like this ain't gonna slide when you're older. And you're like that shit. And it's always the older teachers too. This ain't gonna slide when you old. Do you think there's something? Mm-mm. And then you're like, oh shit, no, she right. That shit did not slide when I was. Thank God for the people that give warnings. Even like, because people are young and naive. Not even delusion. Delusion's not the right word. Young and naive. Young and naive. They need to touch the fire sometimes. People just sometimes just need to touch the stove to realize that fire is on and it's hot. That's just what happens, bro. But thank God people actually, even though people know that especially younger people in my generation, in the moment isn't necessarily going to heed to it. like when you tell us we're not gonna soak it in, but when the time comes, that warning's gonna pop right up. It's gonna pop right in the spirit. Holy Spirit's gonna bring up to you. If you yielded, if not though, you still might get a God moment of like, this just feels like the right thing to do. I'm godding right now. I'm godding, bro. I don't know, but I feel like I'm godding, but this is not some shit I do, bro. But all right. You end up doing some kind, super duper kind shit, and I get know damn well you don't do that shit. It's like, why did I just do that? Godding, bro. God moments. So it's like, I'm sorry I'm sorry to get like all I'm actually not sorry inside. But yeah, some of y'all getting lied to, bro. My mom did a good job, bro. Like my parents ended up getting divorced in the end, but they got married. Niggas was talking about some, yo, you marrying a black woman? This is especially before the night, because they were in the 1960. You dating a black woman? What the? But he's still like, man, nah. Like, you gotta rock with a chick, especially now. It's like, yeah. But you gotta rock with a chick enough to marry her. You marrying a black woman? And he's like, chick is amazing. I don't know what it is about her, but chick is cool. And I just came on here to give my mom props, bro, because some of you ladies are gonna, especially in the next couple years, y'all gonna be wasting time, energy, and some of y'all money, bro. Even though it's kind of like, you have to invest first to get some returns. See, some of y'all are thinking like that, but I just kind of came on here like I gotta give my mom props. Sometimes I'm like, damn. You be hating sometimes trying to judge people's relationships from outside perspective and then a young person's perspective too. And it's like, no, I gotta give you your flowers, yo. Because this throwing situation getting out of hand though, but the mulatto dream came true, bruh. The mulatto dream came true, bruh. That shit kind of crazy. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. And the next mighty mass scenario.